All right. Something went wrong. I tried to fix it. You know, today's message is called Here Comes the Judge. Here comes the judge. And I didn't know that time went back yesterday. I don't really keep up with it since I'm not working or doing anything like that. So I didn't understand or know it. But God woke me up around 12. And I had to, he began to speak, and I had to uh, write down what was said in places on social media. But today we got to give a more detailed knowledge of what's going on. Uh, 1 Peter 4:17 says, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?" You know, I've been waiting on this moment, so to speak, because I'm wondering how God does things and how he maneuver things. But he gave me a list of woes, and it was plenty of them, but I'm glad he told me to stop. But they in here. So today, the first gift that God relayed to me that he's going to judge is the prophetic gift. And the reason he's judging the prophetic gift is because many people are claiming a gift that he never assigned to them. Many have been using the prophetic gift as a way to live lavish off the people of God. And you got to know that when God was speaking to this, there was a real anger and a real fearfulness uh, in his voice because we've been playing games. And one of the things God told me is that you prophets have been playing games with people's lives. And many of you got to understand we ain't in no season we finna get blessed. We're not in a season of miracles. We not in all of that is gainsaying prophets. We in a season that God trying to get his people prepared. And what has God furious for those who don't have a relationship is because many of you are following behind these people and God trying to teach you or say to you through other voices, hey, this is what God doing, this is what God doing. But because of many of you, all you want is money, prestige, and carnal goods. You are going after things that don't even matter to God in this season. So I said, well, God, are you trying to tell me that now the church? See, a lot of people say it, but you'll know when God judges something. Because when God judges something, it's more than say this judgment season. See, you got to watch people. And that's why I say things without saying them, and I don't say everything I know. For a person to just say this judgment season and you don't have no insight of the judgment, you just hearing something that somebody else said. And I think you one of the ones that God got some against. And so what you got to realize is that Y'all got to stop stealing people words. If you don't know, I'm gonna teach you something. Jeremiah 23 and 30 says, therefore, behold, I am against the prophets that steals my words, everyone from his neighbor. This social media phenomenon had made a lot of prophetic thieves. Y'all go, you find these prophets, and something sound right or sound good, you come back, the Lord told me, the Lord showed me, yo, you in trouble this season. Because a lot of you are trying to imitate the words of true prophets. You claim to have dreams that you never dreamt because you're soothsaying people into you. You babble on and on, speaking in the Lord's name. Y'all heard me say that about 3 weeks ago when I was talking about when I be looking through social media and every day somebody got a word from God. God told me this, God told me. You just a babbler. And this is what got most of you in trouble. You're leading people astray instead of helping them. So I said, God, so you really in the church now? He said, yeah, I got to start with the voice, the prophetic voice. See, he gonna get y'all that go in these churches and y'all see these tenderfoots and these down low people and all this, and y'all don't say nothing about sin because you want that dollar. You leading people away from God. So now you got people thinking they can do anything and be in the will of God. This your season to shine in darkness. Well, why would God judge the prophets first? It's the prophet's job to keep the house in order. Back when Samuel was coming to anoint David king, and the people seeing Samuel coming now, they asked the question to Samuel, have you come in peace or in war? Y'all got to watch out for all these peaceful prophets. Prophets never were known to bring peace. They came to set the order. And a lot of you don't want to set the order because you don't want to mess up your engagements. See, y'all sit down there, you got 30, 40 engagements a year. Okay, they pay me 500, they pay me 1,000, that's 250. So you sit down, okay, shoot. Well, I'm gonna go get me a BMW 850 IL because I can pay it from them. Y'all in trouble. Now watch this. I said, well, God, why would you charge judge? See, I like because my relationship, when I ask a question, I get answers. Not all the time, but when I need to know them, because when you're talking about judging and it talks about having a righteous judgment, don't tell people we in judgment season and you don't have no insight on why people being judged. Now watch this. He said, go over to Genesis chapter 1. Because I asked him, why are you judging the prophets first? He said, look at verse 3. What does it say? And God, I say, it says, God said, let there be light, and there was light. The prophetic voice should illuminate every time it speaks. That was the first prophetic word. Let there be light. So when you're a prophet and you see somebody in turmoil, you see somebody in sin, but you overlook because you want to run your money line. You want people to sow a seed. Then he told me something that I never know. He said, if you really look at Genesis how I want you to look at it through the spirit, he said, it tells you the order of my gifts. And God said, let there be light. And there were light. Now watch this. Watch verse 4. And God saw the light that it was good. What gift out of the five Christ gave tell you the goodness of God? The evangelism gift, doesn't it? It's proclaim the goodness of God. But watch this. And God divided the light from the dark. What gifts have the ability to gather, to separate, watch this, and understand the apostolic gift? Y'all see where I'm going with this? That's why you got to understand that when King James wrote that Bible, because he was a little limp wrist, people changed things to confuse the gospel. But when you got the Holy Spirit, he's because he speaks things in order. And when your life out of order, but some prophet then came in and promised you gifts through the Holy Spirit, he lied. Well, I remember when I used to be in church like y'all, and they come tell me what God finna do for me, and God gonna bless you, you gonna be there. I was a sinner. And I'm sitting there listening to this so-called prophetic person in my own self. I said, how God gonna bless me and I'm a whore? Watch this. And why they speaking this prophetic word? I said, man, why would God give me all that money? I'm gonna go get this girl, I'm gonna get that girl, I'm gonna get that. I didn't have a mind for the things of God. I was a sinner and know that. How y'all 15, 20, 30 years in Christ, but somebody speaking prophetically, fleshly and carnal things to you, and you up there, I receive it, I receive it. God don't bless mess. That's what the church folks say. So God says, tell them I'm judging all prophets this season. And I got a warning for you. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna shut you up. Y'all do know what that means, don't you? Because so many prophetic people have people going astray. God has to allow y'all to hear the prophetic voices that want to clean you up so you'll know which way to go. Y'all running toward Maybach, man, and money. You need to be running toward preparation, power, and watch this, my position. This world finna, this infrastructure finna crumble. And y'all sitting around here talking about bubble skirts and dunks and man, I was looking at this tenderfoot in Tallahassee, and it came across my social media page. Everybody in Tallahassee know this man gay, but I'm looking at the person who he invited it in to speak to the conversation. I said, wait a minute, ain't that? It was one of my old leaders. Why you speaking at that man church and you didn't sit down and confront his sin? Looking at her. She just was smiling, holding hands with him. This y'all charge. Don't y'all go in these people churches and don't confront their sin. So I'm looking at this because when I looked at him a month ago, he said, I told him, see, this one of those people who do have they do hear God sometimes, but their struggle is so intense, they don't listen. Everybody in Tallahassee know you go. See, watch this. You got blood on your hands as a prophet of God, and you go in here and you see these leaders in position, and y'all know they tenderfoot. Do you know what happens when you, as a prophet, and as a video of the people, as a protector, do you know what you allow to release when you sit there and these people in position and they running schools, they praying over people, they laying hands on people, but at night they got meat all down their throat. And y'all let them sell. You killing the people. But y'all want that filthy lucre. See, that's why when I be going teaching, I tell, listen here, you ever see me somewhere? I tell them right up front, I don't preach to come back. I don't need no engagement. Because if I see something wrong, where the Holy Spirit sees so, and he say something about it, I'm gonna have you tight in your seat. And I'm gonna be laughing. You know why? Because I don't come to get a long list of engagements. I take this serious. People's souls are at stake. That's why the Bible called many of you dumb sheep, because you too dumb to see when you following the wrong people. Sheeple. So the whole prophetic bloodline has been tainted. That's why you see a whole new bloodline coming up. But the mistake they making is thinking they don't need help. They on TikTok and Facebook and I see what they're saying is God, but I also see when they go in the flesh. And when you do it consistently, that means it's just you and God. Ain't no way in the world. Watch this. If Elijah needed Elijah, who are you to be on TikTok and all this, and you just preaching, and you don't have no true gift? Watch this. That know what God doing to help you. You gonna get judged for that because you done let pride set in. Well, God showed me this, and God told me this. You got to be processed, people. Don't think you just homeless for a reason. Don't think you just struggling for a reason. He speak to you while you still got to go through the noise. Because it's only through the noise that you focus on who God is. But y'all stop and listen to the noise. I don't care who's sleeping with who. I don't care who got divorced, who married, who doing this, who doing that. What that got to do with the kingdom? Y'all in trouble. He said, woe to the prophet that are after those. You know what those is? Anywhere the wind blow, as long as you getting paid. Now, y'all ain't gonna agree with this. You know how you gonna tell who the real prophet is this season? They ain't gonna want no money. They ain't gonna ask for no hotel room. They ain't gonna need no driver. And they darn sure ain't finna come with no armor bearer. People, people who gravitate stuff like that, what you don't see, that's a spirit of pride behind it. So I'm looking back to this person, and guess what kind of ceremony it was? We honoring our leaders. Well, see, y'all buy into this, give people they flowers while they living. I buy until when I leave this earth, God got my gift. Yeah, that, that's what I buy into. See, a person ain't got to never tell me thank you. I'm striving for, watch this, the incorruptible crown. Not no flowers that gonna die in 2 or 3 days unless you get them old rubber flowers. Why, as a leader, you feel the need that you need to be honored? I, that never, I don't understand it. Why do you feel the need to be honored when we should be waiting till we see Christ to get our honor? See, you want to be congratulated because you got one church in 3 locations, because you got 30,000 members, but don't nobody know who they are, what they call to be, their position in God, their gift, their calling, anointing. All they yelling, preach, pastor, show, preach today. Ooh, that was a good word. Why you ain't grow? He said he gonna put the hammer on these prophets. Man, even a little fearful. And the reason I'm a little fearful is because I'm looking at how many people are following people that follow people that don't follow God. And that's what God is upset with. Too many people are running behind people with no power, no anointing, no authority. All they got is a gift of gab. The gift of gab gonna get y'all sent to hell. Watch this. This is what I'm trying to find. He says, spare not and cry loud as in the days of Eli. I was destroy their whole house and beat their spirits upon the rock of Mount Horeb and cause their blood to seep in the ash of their soul. He said, God, you listen here, y'all old school. You know what that kind of remind me of? You ever got that whipping with that extension cord? And they waited till you got in the bathtub to take a bath, you was naked, and that extension cord hit that water and it hit that skin, and you like, woo! That what that reminded me of. He said, beat their spirits upon the rocks. Now, just in case if y'all read it, you don't know what that means. I'm glad I'm the author. Let me explain something to you. God is showing you just how far He's going to go to destroy prophets that speak against Him, trying to speak to His people to get them to change their mind of who they follow. Do you understand? Well, wrong word. You can't fathom what it feels like to take a spirit and beat it against a rock. You know, you know a spirit has no body right. But here he's saying, I'm gonna beat their spirit on a rock. Listen here, my mind, this here, he lost understanding. Can we be honest? Because we talking about character. I said, God damn, God, what is that? That's what I see. You know, I got a little flesh. Because I'm trying to fathom, how can you beat a spirit against a rock when the spirit has no components, no soul? Man, but I like stuff like that. Because you know what I said? That's what many of you prophets doing to people. You beating them out their money, out their life, out of their path and their destiny in God. Because for some of us, you see what they got. Come look at that David, whoever man, the one who keep talking about he's seen it face to face. And he around there telling people to sign over their houses and boats and cars and bank accounts. And I'm looking at this man, and he got millions and millions of followers, and he bleeding them dry. Now this what got me. Cause their blood to seep in the ash of their soul. Once again, soul doesn't, a spirit or soul don't embody nothing. How can your blood seep in something that don't exist? Because he's trying to tell you, this the season he gonna wipe you off the face of this earth. I'm scared for y'all. You know why he's scared for me? Y'all done heard me for the past. I don't know if I'm going to heaven or hell. So ain't no need of me be scared when I say stuff like this. I don't know where I'm going anyway. All I know this gospel right. That's all I know. And in my praise, maybe I might make it, but I don't preach to go to heaven. I don't preach to get money. I don't preach to get recognition. I do it because everything else I tried didn't work. But I like this here, especially when I get y'all mad. Y'all, that nigga. And you throw your phone up against the wall, you go to deleting and blocking. We just be laughing because it ain't gonna affect me. Just because you don't want to hear the truth, don't make it the truth. I guarantee you, when you run that stop sign, the stop sign is still there. Man, woe to the prophets that take division to the people because they refuse to speak the truth. Don't listen to Brother Hubbard. He don't know what he's saying. He don't know because you want to keep people in bondage. This ain't the season to be in bondage. You know what's going to happen to a lot of y'all? A lot of y'all supposed to been left where you at. You supposed to been left where you at. And because you ain't left yet, if you don't leave, it's gonna be the death of you. And God gonna allow you to see that that ministry, that them people, that church, that He gonna allow you to see that life gonna go on without you. But you thinking they need you more than God needs you. This may be my last time. This may be my last time. This may be my last time. I don't know. Watch this. I will destroy their children as they try to destroy my voice to whom I sent. Did you hear what he say? He gonna kill you. He gonna kill your kid because you killing his kid. See, God tried to tell some of y'all to step down. God told some of y'all to make your platform to people who got to prepare these people. But see, since y'all don't want to, oh, that's a good one. Thank you. I'm gonna put that in there. Holy Spirit just told me what to say. Since y'all don't want to step down, you know what he just said? He said, tell them I'm gonna do a hostile takeover. You know what a hostile takeover is? You ain't got to sit down. You ain't got to keep lying on me. Listen here. If you watching this, the next cowardly line, let, now, let me stop. The first rule of manhood, I don't care what y'all heard Steve Harvey say, go look at the Bible, how God dealt with Adam, man to man. The first rule of manhood is to never make another man look weak. That's the first rule of manhood. I got to let you know I know what it is. Now, what I'm finna say. The next cowardly man, when I'm all over the internet, you can send me an email, you can send me an inbox, you can go to Twitter, Instagram, and you got my phone number. I'm gonna treat you less than a man to sit when you send a woman to do a man's job. Just remember that. That's a coward to me. If you got something to say to me, come to me. Don't send me no message by no woman. You the flesh was kicking in. Hate people like that. If you got something to say to me as a man, I'm all over the internet. I ain't hiding. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hard to find. It's even on my social media pages. Why you gonna tell a woman what to say to me, bastard? Well, that pissed me off. They all on social media like they're a man, they'll do this and that, but they won't come to a real man. That lets you know they ain't a man. Back in my old days, you know what I do? I find out where they at. I have my boys with me. I pee in their face. That's what I do. Sure will. That's what I do. I won't spit on them. I piss on them and tell them it's rain. Don't you never send a woman with a message for a man when you got access to contact me. Play no fool like that foolish game. Oh, play no childish game. Yeah, right. I'll show you what a man send some dumb woman. Oh, that single slew footage. I might have to go to the hood and pay a few girls to jump on. But good thing that ain't me no more. Excuse me for my fleshly outbursts. Watch this. Y'all do know, watch this. You do know that as a prophet, you got to watch what you say and how you say it. Choose your words carefully in this season. Watch this. He says, can a flower fade away without its color painting the sky? That's some deep stuff there. My mind be like this. I have to think about a flower fading away. Can a flower fade away without its color painting the sky? Do you know what that means? That means in this judgment season, when you die, God gonna make sure that everybody know why you died. Ain't gonna be no more hidden autopsy report. Ain't gonna be no more make this quiet. Cause if you bold enough to say God say it is and that in the public's eye, and you want to die in secret, hush your mouth and let the other people say what they got to say. That's what that means. Watch this. Does a lion roar when it's dead, but its voice wakes up the moon? Y'all know what that means? Does a lion roar when it's dead, but its voice wake up the moon? I like stuff like this. You know what that means? For some of you, because of the way you done treated people with your prophetic gifts, he's letting you know you're gonna die in agony. Your death ain't gonna be swift, it ain't gonna be quick. You're gonna feel, you're gonna feel it all. Yeah. Some of you gonna be, they're gonna try to save your life and you're gonna be on that anesthesia and they're gonna think you ain't feeling it. You gonna be stuck in your own mind in horror, feeling the pain. Because that's what you do to God's people. Every time you open your mouth and try to go against somebody who's speaking the truth against you. The gifts of the prophets that do not silence in this season as I prepare my people to transition from what has been to what is. We done turned the what we done turned the curve now, y'all. Ain't no more hugging the curve. We going straight away. We trying to get to the finish line. And some of y'all gonna be judged the way you treated God's people, namely the prophet. Y'all remember when I said it was gonna be a civil war, the prophets versus the prophets, and y'all seen that Tiffany Montgomery and that other y'all seen the prophets start going at one another. Did I tell y'all what was gonna happen? You know what happened? And that's why God got to do this. The ones that should have jumped in and crushed the Tiffany side, they wasn't taught the fullness of God. So they got quiet. That's what happened. They shouldn't have got quiet. But that's what happens when you're not around a mentor or a seasoned prophetic individual. See, watch this. I see what's wrong with a lot of these new prophets. Even though God's speaking to them, they ain't got no mentor or journeyman. Or see, so they go listen to messages that feed them words of love and compassion and doing this. So what happens when they get in a battle, because they've been taught this love so long, they don't know how to fight. In other words, they get quiet. So when they see somebody that know how to fight, it scares them because they learning from learned behavior. In my case, if you've been following me, God had to teach me to stop fighting because I be on their neck. Y'all in trouble. If you're not speaking to what God is trying to do, shut up. All right. If you're not in a position and your leader ain't speaking what God trying to do, you need to leave. Don't mess around. And that rain started to come down. Now everybody want to beat on the boat and say, Noah, let me in. He trying to give y'all a chance. But because your identity is in that leader, in that church, in that movement, in that fellowship, in your friends, you stuck. See, the Bible does say, and so in the days of Noah, so shall it be at the coming of the Son of Man. He said they were partying, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage. We missed one, those that were indecisive. See, some of y'all sitting around ain't doing nothing. You just going anywhere somebody else going. But I'm trying to tell y'all, he said, tell them I'm judging the prophetic gift. But watch this. Then he gonna go down the list till he get all five. Don't listen here. Don't be caught on the wrong end of God. That's all I got to say. And that's what many of you gonna find yourself. Man, they got me there. I be slipping sometimes. I forgot to check the weather. They got me down here in Oklahoma. Got done tornado warnings all night, thunderstorm all day. I said, what in the? I said, I'm gonna hurry up and get out of here. Tornado alley, I guess. Now there's an 80% chance of storm. Let me get ready. I got 11 o'clock service. Y'all better get ready, because you finna be judged.